What it do? All right, we got it. We got it. All right, my little man always in here. There we go. There we go. There we go. What it do with everybody out there, man? What's goody? Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to this Thursday edition of the 11:30 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, man. We back at it. Appreciate everyone tuning in, man. We are live here on YouTube, Twitch, and on the 11:30 podcast Facebook account, man. Yo, definitely before we get into the conversation on this week's episode, man, definitely hit the like button down below. Like, follow, share, and definitely here on YouTube, man, make sure you subscribe right here to the 11:30 podcast, man. That'll do me a huge favor, man. Definitely hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. So, all right, man, on this Thursday evening, man, hope everybody Thursday is going well. Hope everybody is, pretty much staying warm, because boy, oh boy, it is cold out the door, man, for real cold. So hope everybody is definitely staying warm. Once again, man, definitely make sure you subscribe, man, right here on YouTube, the 11:30 podcast YouTube channel. All right, man, this Saturday, man, we are gearing up. I know a lot of wrestling fans out there, man. Yeah, they getting the tissue ready, man. They getting the tissue ready. They preparing themselves, man. John Cena, the never seen 17 WWE champion, man, is hanging it up, man, this Saturday right here in Washington, D.C. And yo, man, WWE, y'all know y'all some bammers for this one, man. For real, I couldn't wait to get up on this, John. I ain't talk wrestling, John, in a minute. I just been reacting to live WWE shows. But yo, WWE, y'all know y'all something else, man. Even, man, I feel like they did the fan fest because they knew, like, for the first time in a long time, bro, a lot of people who really go to these events, like, regular, like, when they come twice, 3 times a year, man, like, everybody is showing up. And I couldn't believe that just the nosebleeds are just like $400, $300. And I'm like, man, I sat in a nosebleed for $40 last time back in February, earlier this year. And I'm like, bro, I can't even go. And the crazy thing is too, right? And hearing the John Cena interview, and he talked about how he had this mapped out for like 3 years, and he wanted to do like 200 dates and go to places and cities that, just to say bye one last time. And earlier when they announced this, they announced it at Money in the Bank in 2024, but when it kicked off, and I'm like, damn, John Cena ain't gonna come to DC, man. I'm like, all right, man, shit, I guess not. But here we are, his final match in Washington, DC, and I'm not gonna be able to go, man, for real. But you guys, man, for everybody who are attending, I know a lot of people are. They're gonna have the John Cena Superstore downtown in Gallery Place. They're going to have the Fan Fest from 2 to 6, also the kickoff show. So it should definitely be fun, man. I'm more than likely going to be out there chatting with a lot of people, just mingling and having fun with a lot of wrestling fans. But you guys, enough of that, man. Like I said, a lot of people have their tissues ready. John Cena final match is going down this Saturday night, and he has an opponent, man. He has an opponent, and it culminated in the Last Time Is Now tournament, which we seen the return of Gunther. He went all the way, and of course LA Knight, man, went all the way to the finals along, with Gunther. And I just feel like, man, WWE, like, I don't know what it is, whether it's LA Knight taking the sign from the fan and holding it up, or whatever it is, whether it was LA Knight just getting over, with the crowd, and WWE didn't really have him in plans for anything. Maybe that could be the reason why they punishing him, and it's crazy what they did to him on Monday Night Raw. But nonetheless, man, Gunther wound up defeating LA Knight last Friday night on SmackDown, which I was rooting for LA. Like, Gunther was going, like, come on, man. Like, the tournament is like, it was like made for Gunther. It was literally like made for Gunther. But Gunther definitely went in the tournament, man, and definitely took the W on that. And of course, like I said, he's going to be taking on John Cena in his final match at Saturday Night Main Event. Now, yo, shout out to my guy Brian B, man. My guy Brian B, man. Definitely, was on Commission Talk, always on the 11:30 podcast. Beyond 11:30, which, all that's gearing back up, man, for real. I didn't want to rush nothing, man. I just wanted to come back real smooth and real dope. But yeah, man, my guy Brian B, man, had an episode straight through the ropes. You guys check my guy out Wednesday nights. And man, I was like, yo, man, I really want to hop on this joint, man. But I was like, man, I'm tired. I'm like in the bed. I'm like, man, but everything my man was talking about, I was like, yo, I gotta talk about it, man. I gotta like touch on it. Okay, now it been rumors going around for the last, week or so, last couple of days or whatnot, that the John Cena's his last match against Gunther is going to be opening up the show. And my theory on that, before I say that though, of course, Triple H out here talking about, it's going to be a bunch of surprises. Look at, we're going to take that with a grain of salt. A couple of weeks on Monday Night Raw, he said it's going to be epic. What the fuck we see? What was epic? Tell me what was epic. I mean, just please, somebody remind me what was epic. I don't remember though. Okay, you guys don't? Oh, all right, we're going to roll it on though. But, John Cena and Gunther is supposed to be opening up the show. Okay, now, if John Cena and Gunther is going to be opening up the show on on Saturday night's Main Event, now, my theory is definitely this. Now, I heard a couple of people talk about it, and I was like, dog, like, I believe it. I believe it. Now, here you go. Now, if John Cena and Gunther is going to be the opening matchup on Monday night. Why I keep saying Monday night? On Saturday night's Main Event. Saturday night. Then I got a strong feeling that they're going to open it up with John Cena coming out there, waving to the crowd, man. 18,000 tickets been sold. People, man, was paying that money to see Cena for the last time, man. That's wow. But yeah, man, 18,000 people, man, in the arena going crazy for John Cena. And then all of a sudden you get a cameraman, in the background. I mean, up on the Titantron, he's rushing. A whole bunch of commotion is going down. What the hell is going on? John Cena looking at the Tron. The crowd's going crazy because I feel like the crowd, like, I don't know, man. I don't know about Gunther, man. Gunther is a well-accomplished superstar. WWE even mentioned, man, like what, 85%, close to maybe 90, probably. But like 85% of the time that Gunther has been in the WWE, NXT UK, whatever you want to call it, NXT, WWE on the main roster, he has been a champion. He has been a champion. One of the longest reigning NXT UK champions. I believe he was the NXT champion. I don't think he was. I'm not quite sure, but nonetheless, though, longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, man, of all time, 600 something days. He won the King of the Ring. He won the World Heavyweight Championship at what was it? He won it for the first time. I want to say it was SummerSlam. Yeah, won it at SummerSlam, and then when he won it at SummerSlam, of course, lost it to Jay. He won it back. He won it back on a Monday Night Raw, I believe. But, two-time World Heavyweight Champion. And now you say, yo, we're going to feed him, we're going to give Gunther John Cena. I just don't think Gunther really needs it. I think it could be used for someone else. And then I'm hearing John talk about, yeah, he want to give back, and like how Kurt Angle and, some of the veterans sort of, gave to John Cena in his initial run in the WWE. I see where he going. You got a bunch of. We're gonna get into some of the matches on the card too, where we seeing NXT superstars and stuff like that, and he wanna mix it up or whatever the case may be. I just think it should just be someone else who could really, really benefit it than Gunther. I think Gunther already has his accolades that he can go off of to swing his dick around, and his balls to be like, I'm this, I'm that. But that's not Gunther though. You feel me? Like that's not him. I don't. When Gunther won the King of the Ring, even though they've been sort of in a way been taking the King of the Ring much serious than previous years, because you won the King of the Ring, you came out there, you had a ceremony, you had pyrotechnics, you had the crown, you had the robe, and it was wild. But Gunther winning the King of the Ring, been the first, guy who won the King of the Ring since, it came back. And I really like how he, I really like how he just didn't fuck the crown. I'm the King of the Ring. I got my world championship match. I don't need all that other, rah, rah, rah bull crap. So I really like that. And Gunther doesn't seem like the guy that would be going on and bragging around. He does all his bragging in the middle of the ring, where he ready to chop your chest into hamburger meat. You feel me? If you feel me, you feel me. But I'm just saying, man, I just don't feel like it should be Gunther. If not Gunther, I mean, we all know who it should be. We all feel like who we think it should be. We feel like, and I broke this down a couple of times. It should be someone from a legendary caliber to face John Cena. Now, if you really think of all, since John Cena debut, his first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 20. He won the United States Championship. He took on the Big Show. And we can go on, for some WrestleManias and for some times, to sort of eliminate who could be a possible opponent for John Cena. And like I just said, the Big Show, he's over in AEW. I'm pretty sure he's retired. John took on Big Show WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 21. John won his first WWE Championship. He took on JBL. JBL's retired. 22, he took on Hunter. He's retired. We already know what he's doing. As well as Shawn. He took on Shawn at WrestleMania 23. Shawn is running NXT. WrestleMania, 24, John took on Triple H and Randy Orton. John had a matchup with Randy Orton earlier this year. I just mentioned, Triple H. WrestleMania 25. It was a triple threat match, Big Show and Edge. Edge is he's the number one guy right now, right? He's the number one guy because they haven't had a whole lot of matches at WrestleMania, but boy, they had a feud and a rivalry that will go down. It could go down as one of John Cena's greatest rivalries, for real, for real. And, of course, WrestleMania 27 with The Miz. And I think it's real funny and ironic that, the story that The Miz and John Cena had back in 2010, 2011 or whatnot, and how throughout this whole retirement year, that John Cena and The Miz never really had an interaction, never really went at it. And I take that for real as Triple H. When all that went down in 2011 and The Miz, winning the championship, taking on Cena, I know Triple H was back there like, what the fuck is this? Like, really? The Miz? And I'm guessing that's why he didn't really have an interaction or anything with John Cena, though. 28, 29, of course, The Rock. The Rock would be another pick, right? And I missed one. 26, he took on Batista. Obviously, Batista is retired. He's in movies. WrestleMania 30. John took on Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace. I'm pretty sure he would have done something with Bray Wyatt if Bray Wyatt was still around. 31, Rusev. 32, and of course he just came back, and everything after that is really sort of shady because he really just stopped being a full-time superstar. But the only guys I can really think of is The Rock and Edge being one of the two guys being a legendary opponent for John Cena, man. But since John said he wanted to go younger, in which, if you wanted to go the legendary route, that's who I would choose. Edge or The Rock would be fine, but if you wanted to go the young route, man, I mean, I see Braun Breaker is already in the story with, CM Punk. He's going to get a World Heavyweight Championship match at the first Raw of the new year. Man, it's some really dirty. He just took on Dirty Dom in Boston, where John Cena captured his first Intercontinental Championship, and Dirty Dom beat John at Survivor Series to win back the IC Championship. So, obviously Dirty Dom would have been one of them, which, you wind up taking on him. Obviously, Braun Breaker would have definitely been one of them. Man, it's off the top of my head, for real, I can't even, think of, but them two, off the top of my brain, I'm like, man, them would have been some great stories that he would have that he could have told, throughout the year. Um, but yeah, man, I definitely want to hear from you guys, man. Do you guys think John Cena should be taking on Gunther, or do you think he will be taking on the mystery opponent? So, been rumors circling around. I try to stay off the dirt sheets, man, and just try to enjoy wrestling, man. It's just been a long time, since you just want to just be fully surprised throughout the whole entire show and not, be expecting something or be like, oh man, I knew that was going to happen. Oh man, yeah, that happened. Yeah, duh. Nah, man, I really just want to be genuinely surprised, man, and just, go on it. But of course, rumors are saying, John and Gunther is going to kick it off, and that's solely my prediction. If it's kicking off the show, I feel like Gunther music will hit. The camera is going to rush backstage somewhere, and we're going to find Gunther lay the hell out backstage. We don't know who took out Gunther, but Gunther's going to be laid out backstage. John Cena is going to be like, well, you know what? Come on, man. Like, that's not how this is going to end. Da-da-da-da. Maybe we get Adam Pearce come out there. Maybe Triple H comes out there or something like that. And it was like, John, we trying to figure out who's up to this assault backstage with Gunther. We're going to figure out your opponent tonight. You will have your final match here tonight on Saturday night's main event. Or instead of Triple H saying it, how about John say, well, you know what? I have an idea of who I may want to face. Since, you guys came up with the tournament and, hey, the guy got taken out. Hey, I got an idea. And we find out later on the night, because you look at the whole card, and I might as well just get into it, too, right? We talking about Saturday night's main event. The rest of the card, we got Cody Rhodes taking on Oba Femi. Now, Oba Femi took on Ricky Saints last Saturday at NXT Deadline, which NXT Deadline was way better than Survivor Series, man. Like, way better than Survivor Series. And NXT Deadline, it gotta be my favorite NXT event throughout the whole entire year. Like, NXT Deadline, it got like it got drama around the event itself. Of course, NXT Stand and Deliver, yeah, we know that is NXT's, big event of the year, close to WrestleMania, all that stuff like that. But man, NXT Deadline, I love the match, the concept and everything. But yeah, man, Oba Femi went in there. He took on Ricky Saints. I personally didn't even think that Ricky Saints was going to lose. I did not think. I'm just thinking that, okay, Ricky just won the title. Maybe this is going to be a time that Oba loses and he just goes up to the main roster. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble, or he make a big impact or something like that, whatever the case may be. But Oba Femi, man, like, stood his ground. He's the ruler. He's the destroyer of NXT, man. Like, I'm fully sold behind Oba, man. I just hope they don't mess Oba Femi up. They got a track record of messing guys up when they get to the main roster, boy, or changing shit up. It's crazy. But yeah, Oba Femi won the title back, man, and that was insane. Like I said, I didn't see that coming whatsoever. And although he won the title back from Ricky Saints, man, just I guess he got in his feelings and turned heel and sort of distracted Javon Evans, who won the NXT Men's Deadline match, and instead of just waiting until January 6th, I believe, at New Year's Eve, he decided to just cash in this past Tuesday on NXT. And if you've seen it, you've seen it. If not, we're gonna get into it probably later on the show or on another episode. But you guys, Oba Femi will be taking on Cody Rhodes. Now, it's not for the WWE Championship. I'm grateful that it's not for the title. I just feel like this match is going to end in disqualification. I just thought of that right now. Like, you got Oba, who's the NXT champion. He's the destroyer. He's the ruler. He's everything you need him to be in NXT. And he's going to come up and he's going to lose his first match against Cody Rhodes? Like, I don't think so. And we already got the whole Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes thing happen last week on SmackDown. I believe it was last week that Drew McIntyre got kicked out of the show. Cody Rhodes, they were brawling backstage or whatnot. So it don't seem like that story is over, at all right now. It don't seem like it's over. Nothing is coming to an end. You guys picked that up, like just seem like nothing is coming to an end. No story just coming, just keep on going and going and going. But nonetheless, I feel like it's gonna come to a disqualification, or to be honest with you, shit. To be honest with you, Drew can obviously cause Cody Rhodes the match and just whoop Cody Rhodes' ass, post match and have Oba escape. He can go back down to NXT, being the ruler, the destroyer, the Nigerian beast. Is I beat Cody Rhodes and not just beat Ricky Saints to become a 2-time NXT champion. Like that could be a little thing, but that is my prediction for that match. We also have what else we got on the card? We got Bayley taking on Sol Ruka, man. I think this is going to be an interesting match. Bayley, taking on Sol Ruka. I'm a fan of Sol Ruka. I really am. I believe it was this past week on NXT that Zarya or Sol Ruka invited Zarya to be by her side at Saturday night's main event, and I don't think that's going to be good for Sol Ruka. Even though, man, I want to see Sol Ruka snatch some souls. I'm telling you, man, like that move is crazy. I think she's going to be really cool. We just got to see how that plans out. But I feel like Zarya is going to be the main reason why Sol Ruka loses her match at Saturday night's main event against, Bayley, hey, it can go many ways, it can definitely go many ways. John Cena's idea of the show too was just have exhibition matches. So really no stories are attached to these matches. We just going to have some matches. So, knowing WWE, they do something with that. What else we got? I said Cody and Oba. We got Bayley and Sol Ruka, and also we have the tag team titles on the line. We got Leon Slater and Javon Evans. Yes, man, they've been really pairing them up a lot ever since they had a banger match at Bound for Glory back in October. And I'm a big fan of Leon Slater too. I love him what he's been doing in TNA. And they're going to be taking on AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. I feel like this is a build up towards maybe AJ Styles having that one last match in TNA. Maybe it could be with Leon Slater. I'm not quite sure. But really, them really all the matches, man. I really see Bayley winning against Sol Ruka, Cody and Oba in a disqualification. The tag team match. I believe we're going to see AJ Styles and, well, shit, to be honest with you, it would not be bad to see Javon Evans and Leon Slater as the WWE World Tag Team Champions. Like, come on. Them on Monday Night Raw having banger tag team matches. Oh, I gotta see Javon Evans and Leon Slater take on JD McDonough and Finn Balor. Like, I mean, yeah, I know Judgment Day just like that's all they be doing is being the tag team picture. But I feel like that just would be a great matchup though. But I feel like AJ Styles and Dragon Lee will retain the tag team titles. I think Leon Slater, of course, he got the X Division Championship going on. Javon Evans, he's just got a whole lot going on, whether he in AAA, whether he on Raw, SmackDown, whatever the case may be, NXT. So, yeah, man, and there's only 4 matches, man. Only 4 matches, and I just seen a video as well that people were talking about, man. Will they let John Cena have his time, have his moment after his match and just talk? And to be honest with you, I say yes. This is the first Saturday night's main event where they are really treating this bigger than the Saturday night's main event. But far as the matches, the hospitality that they're bringing to the city, the John Cena's Superstore will be open from Thursday all the way until Sunday. That's some more of a fanatic WrestleMania SummerSlam-ish type of thing. They got a fan fest. They got the 2-hour kickoff shows. They got the post show following that. So I'm pretty sure when the match is over, they're gonna go right to the post show, and John Cena gonna have as much time as he needs. I'm sorry. Goldberg was the man in the 90s. He was the man to a lot of people, but John Cena means more to the WWE than Goldberg does. So, it is messed up that they did just cut Goldberg's speech off, and he was only for like a minute or whatever. And I think that was I don't want to blame it was WWE's fault. Fuck it. I just don't think Saturday night's main event should have been on NBC at all. Like the last Saturday night's main event, it flowed so beautiful. No commercial breaks during the matches. It just felt better. It felt so much better. It didn't feel entirely rushed, but it just felt better. And I think with this one having the post show and everything like that, and with only it being 4 matches, like John is definitely going to have a lot of time. And of course, I didn't really get into okay, I'm just trying to make sure when nobody calling me. All right, yeah, I didn't get into the predictions, sort of for John Cena's last match, but like I said, my theory is he get attacked later on the night. John Cena comes out there and this is my opponent, and it's the rated R superstar. Like I said, it could be Edge, Jericho, or The Rock. Them the only other 3 besides Go Young. I feel like all the other younger guys are really into some stories right now. But them the only other 3, and the Edge is literally the odds-on favorite. And I could just see that being, Edge would win. Edge would win, and then Gunther would return. He would return, and Gunther would, just whoop the shit out of Edge. And then I think we all would just put 2 and 2 together. Edge was the one who attacked John Cena just so he can have that last match. Edge was that desperate. He was that, like, I want this. And I think that'd be a hell of a story for have Edge go one-on-one with Gunther at WrestleMania. Like, come on, man. Like, and have Gunther go over, Man, oh man, like, yeah. So Saturday night's main event, going down this Saturday. Hold on, you guys, hold on. All right, yeah. All right, yeah. It goes down this Saturday here in Washington D.C. It's gonna be a whole lot of stuff going on. So I hope everybody who's going to the event downtown here in DC, hope everybody stays safe. Everybody that's traveling here, hope you guys stay safe as well, and look forward to maybe running into some of you guys, man, downtown before the event at the Fan Fest or whatever like that. But yeah, John Cena's final matchup, man, is coming this Saturday, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled a switcheroo on all of us. I've been also hearing that he's supposed to be, he's going to be, he's advertised for the Raw After Mania, which that could be a part of his ambassador deal, just showing up. Hey, everybody, WrestleMania was successful. It did this, it did that. It was, and of course, it might come out and cut him off and have an interaction with John and, get the rub or whatever. I couldn't really see in that beat, though. But yeah, man, it's going to be something else, man. It's definitely going to be something else. I feel like Randy Orton is the only one left, for real. With Chris Jericho possibly coming back, he will be one guy who is still around. But I would want to say from the early 2000s, man, like Randy Orton is the only one. Batista gone. Triple H is running the show now. He's retired. Big Show, Batista. I mean, like, you go by everybody's gone. Kane, Undertaker. You name it, everybody's like gone. So I feel like Randy Orton is like the only one, and then we get into like the mid 2000s where we got guys like the Miz, who's like still around, which is insane, man. I think the longevity of WWE superstars is way higher than it was, in the 80s and the 90s, man. You seen a guy on television, man, talking about they come, they go. Like new superstars, like they was changing draws, man. So to see guys that have longevity in the business is successful. I mean, it's awesome, to be honest with you. It's really awesome. Really, really awesome. Before actually we wrap it up, because I definitely wanted to come on here and not take too much of you guys' time, and chat some wrestling. Jay Uso, man. Hold up. Before I just say Jay Uso, yo, man, I feel like they done put my man Jay Uso back in the tag team, man. Do you guys feel like Jay Uso deserves to be back in the tag team? I know a lot of us were just upset, sick of hearing Yeet, or maybe seeing Jay Uso Yeet, I guess. Uh, I think the main thing for me, it was that every time a man, like, even like, so take Survivor Series for example. The middle of the match, man. CM Punk got a steel chair. Some other guy got another weapon, trash can lid or whatever. And Jay Uso, man, he gets to the top of the steel cage and he wants to run it back in the middle of a fucking War Games match, man. Like, are you serious though? Are you serious? CM Punk, he's air guitaring with the chair, which is funny, by the way. But and also, seeing Jay Uso's reaction after, Brock Lesnar music hit, it was like, ooh, this is the moment where he fucked up. Like, and like that's the moment where Jay knew he fucked up though. But nonetheless though, yeah, man, I was sick and tired of that, man. They, for a glimpse, it seemed like they were teasing he was going to be like a heel. He was going to turn heel on his brother. It made it seem like he was going to be taking some shit serious, and it just didn't work, man. Like, he came out there teaming with CM Punk after CM Punk had beat him to become the world champion, and like, come on, man, and you coming up on Raw talking about, yeah, I got your back, bro. No, fuck, you don't got his back. Only back you should be having is your back and trying to get your back off the wall and win a title or something else. You feel me? Like, and it just decided that, I don't know if Jay Uso, like, maybe he let the noise really get to him. I think he really let it get to him, because in a way, I think it was hard for Jay Uso not to let it was hard for Jay Uso to not let the noise get to him. For one, that rise of Jay Uso, man, just in the bloodline, and everybody was like, yo, Jay, yo, and everybody was taking a liking of Jay, and all of that. The reason why Jay is in this spot, because everybody was taking a liking of him. Everybody was vocal about Jay Uso. Just me, Us, like the fucking arena go crazy. Everybody was vocal about Jay, and then shit was like, yo, wait a minute, like, I don't know if this is it, and then motherfuckers came more vocal, most like video on YouTube. No, like, I don't want to see this guy or whatever like that. And then the noise got louder and it got louder and it got louder for Jay. And he was gassed and he was like, it was like, yo, they wanted me to come through the entrance because it had a great visual. It was awesome. You see in the crowd and other kids, they want to yeet with Jay. I think that's an awesome moment that they're going to cherish for the rest of their life, man. For real, for real. But, my man was just getting blown up. And I feel like I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but I know. But I do want to say this, though, as well, man. Jay Uso, or matter of fact, Jimmy Uso, if you guys really understood, man, or, just peeped that promo between the Usos, man, when they were in the ring, and especially Jay too. Jimmy needs his brother. Jimmy not a single superstar. They tried it. He's not a single superstar. He bounces off his brother. Even in that promo where they go back, and it's like, word from word, Jay say one thing, Jimmy say another. Jay say something, and Jimmy say another. It's like they just finishing each other's sentence. And of course, yeah, they twins, they brothers, and all the stuff like that. I just feel as though they thrive better in a tag team. And maybe that's saying, especially with Jay Uso winning the Royal Rumble, becoming the Royal Weight Champion, a Continental, maybe that's saying a whole lot about Jay too, because even Jay's promo, he just felt like he just fell back into the swing, fell back into what he was just good at with his brother. And maybe they're just going to go on a run. Maybe also too, you got the New Day. I mean, like, I don't know, just off of some funny shit. God, thank God for the New Day. I kind of like when they say that though. But it's like, bro, the tag team division is some shit on Monday Night Raw. It's kind of becoming that on SmackDown though, for real though. Kind of becoming really repetitive though, because they had like a good about 8 tag teams. They was killing it, TLC matches, all that. But on Raw, yeah, like the New Day, like they said, man, people were mourning for the tag team divisions, or more or less because they lost the tag team titles. But yeah, it's trash, man. So you put the New Day back. I mean, the Usos in there, which Jay is a huge superstar, and he's mingling up with Kofi and Xavier, which the New Day and the Usos, man. I mean, like, we can go back and just watch the amazing 5-star matches that they had. Whether it was Hell in a Cell, whatever it was, man, like they had bangers. And then, of course, they got the tag team champions and AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, which I think that's going to be cool, having them all to the mix, man, But yeah, man, Jay Uso, man, going back into a tag team. Kenny Hackett. Kenny Hackett has been a single superstar. Can he really hold it up, man? Like, my big question on guys like Jay Uso, guys like Damian Priest, guys like who was another one? I know Damian Priest was one. I can't think of who was another one though, but maybe Damian Priest was definitely a big one. Like, I would like to see, will they become Jay and like Damian Priest, guys like that, that you probably didn't even expect them to win a world championship. Will they win it again? And I think that's the big question for Damian Priest right now. And I think Damian Priest is obviously into this story and into this thing he got going on with Aleister Black. I don't really see him getting back there yet with Jey Uso, since he just, linked back up with his brother with the Usos. I don't necessarily see that as well. So, hey, man, we're going to see. We are definitely going to see, man. It been a crazy week. Really been a crazy week. I know I'm talking about John Cena last match. Jey Uso back in the tag team. What went down this past? Oh, yo, man. Now, I think I'm going to start doing this. Maybe releasing a video, maybe on my social media accounts, maybe on Sundays, like the match of the week. The matches of the week, like I watch Raw, NXT, SmackDown, AEW, all that, TNA, and I'm dissecting what was the match of the week. But so far, Raw, NXT, all that. The match of the week, man, so far was Kyle Fletcher and Speedball Mike Bailey. Boy, what a fucking match it was in the Continental Classic that they had last night. And man, I'm really high on Kyle Fletcher. I really like what they really did, sort of taking him and pulling him from under Will Ospreay wing. This is a guy who just, is Will Ospreay buddy. He slept on his couch, and man, pull him from under Will Ospreay ring, made him turn on his ass, joined the Don Callis Club. Gave him a haircut, made him look a little crazy in a way. Man, boy, man, he lost the TNT championship to Mark Briscoe, but he was a TNT champion. But man, like, match fucking phenomenal, man. And once Kyle Fletcher hit that brain buster, I said, oh, that's a wrap. And Speedball Mike Bailey kicked out, and man, just beautiful matchup, man. Of course, TNA is on actually right now. More than likely, I'm going to catch that on a delay when I get up off here in a couple of moments. But, and of course, you got SmackDown this Friday, man. But, yeah, I don't think no match was that fucking lit, man, this week. So, I'm going to have to give it to Kyle Fletcher and Speedball Mike Bailey, man. I've been having my eye on Speedball Mike Bailey ever since he had that one-on-one matchup against Will Ospreay. We're talking about Kyle Fletcher. But against Will Ospreay at Bound for Glory a couple of years ago in TNA, I thought that was an incredible matchup. But, seeing Speedball Mike Bailey in AEW doing this thing, really cool shit, man. Really, really, really cool stuff, man. Really cool stuff. Man, we about to be switching gears here, as we wrap it on up, man. Yo, I want to thank everybody, man. I want to thank everybody for supporting the 11:30 podcast, man. I've been taking sort of a little hiatus, with the podcast, other than sort of my wrestling jump, man. Man, the analytics said, yo, you know what? Yo, do the wrestling jump. The wrestling has been really growing the YouTube channel. I'm talking about a goal was mine to get to 2,000 subscribers. We already at 2,190 subscribers already. So I think all you guys, man, who check out the shows, the live shows, to come in, support, who subscribe and watch the chats on TikTok and the reels and all that great stuff, man. So I appreciate you guys a lot. And of course, the 11:30 podcast show where I have on some amazing guests, kind of like I go one-on-one with my guests, just picking their brains, talking about what they got going on, and having some real great, smooth conversations. And with that being said, with the podcast coming back, man, I definitely want to speak to a lot of guys out there, man, who definitely be in relationships, man, who, you know, who be in relationships with women who really don't like them, or who be, or I want to talk about, my dads out there, man, who, stick through it, who didn't have their dad when they was growing up, man, and society was telling you to just, when society is just like, man, oh yeah, all men ain't shit, all men are dogs, man, you ain't shit or whatever like that, and you decided to be the difference, you decided to be that change. You decided to be that change in your life, not only your life but in your child's life, to be there for them and change the narrative, that, yo, man, like, it is some great dads out there, and I'm one of them, and stuff like that. Just really tap into that, man, and just catch up with a lot of people, man, a lot of great guests and everything, man. So it's going to be fun. The 11:30 podcast show is definitely on the way back, man. So once again, appreciate everybody for the support. But once again, man, definitely, if you haven't already, man, I don't know what you're waiting for, man. I don't know what you're waiting for. You must be tripping. Stop tripping. Do it now. It's the 11:30 podcast. Subscribe right here on YouTube, man. Like, follow, share, and subscribe, man. For real. Oh, yo, another thing I want to talk about, man, for real. I turned 35, man. The end of November 30th, 11:30. All right. I turned 35, man, and I'm like, man, shit. Every birthday you wake up and you be like, damn, something hurt. It's crazy, boy. But one thing, man, I realized, man, as getting older, man, and becoming a dad and everything like that. My little man is in school and everything, right? And it's this thing that's going around on social media and everything that I don't know anything about, really, for real. And I feel like I'm becoming that dad that just don't know shit in a way. Like you remember growing up, right? And your parents, like you just felt so smarter than your parents. Like, Mom, like this, like, Mom, you don't know what you're doing. Like, you don't know, you ain't hip or whatever. Like, I feel like that. My little man, he come out, right? He says it, but Mama picked it up. He talking about 6, 7. I'm like 8, 9. I'm like, yeah, you know your numbers, man. And wifey said, "What you know about 6, 7?" I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" I think I'm getting to that point right now where it's like all the youngest come up with some new shit, and you be like, "What the fuck is that?" I strolled through social media and a college game on, right? And it's a 3 points. They got 64 points. They got a 3-point free throw. They got to shoot 3 free throws. All right, 65, 6'6", 6'7", crowd go crazy. 6, 7. I'm like, bro. Okay, yeah, I think I'm at that time. I think I'm at that age where it's like, yo, okay, that young shit, man, ain't for me, I guess, right? But yo, man, this definitely been a fun conversation, man. Like I said, I always miss this, hopping on here, giving my 2 cents about pro wrestling and chatting about everything, man. I know because, like you said, we had NXT Deadline a couple of weeks ago. Survivor Series was some bullshit, but and it's crazy what the hell they doing with LA Knight, man. Like, why is my man not the world heavyweight champion? Instead, we give it to CM Punk, but yet CM Punk ain't on Monday Night Raw for 2 weeks because he over here filming a movie. When you got a guy in LA Knight who's literally like, yo, I am right here. And they like, nah, we don't want to give it to you, bro. Not you. Not you. You know how like you know how somebody volunteer for something, but they really want a certain person to like, accept their, offer in a way. And it's like, yo, I'll do it. And then he just steady looking around like, okay, no one. All right, Josh. All right, come on. I kind of like that in a way, though. But, man, I don't know. I don't think we're going to be seeing LA Knight for a minute, man. Gave my man a tsunami. Gave him, like 2 tsunamis. And had Logan Paul and Braun Breaker holding his arms and legs. So he couldn't really, like, break it or cover up a little bit. And then took him backstage, man. I think really for real got escorted backstage by the medics. And then put his ass up on the car, man, and gave him a daggone tsunami. So I'm like, bro, I don't know what's going on and what LA Knight did, but hey, kudos, man. I mean, not necessarily kudos, but I don't even know what else to say. I don't, man. All right, you guys, man. Of course, we got AEW World's End coming up at the end of the month, December 27th. That's Mom's birthday, man. That should be cool. But yeah, man. John Cena's final match this Saturday night's main event. We talking about surprises. I don't know if we're gonna get no damn surprises. I'm still waiting for that epic Monday Night Raw, for real. I'm still waiting. I'm like, yo, what was the epic part about that? For real. Like, what was it? What was it? All right, you guys, man. I ain't gonna keep rambling on with you guys, man. I'm probably gonna check out maybe some TNA, probably watch this football game, continue watching it though. The Falcons and the Buccaneers doing their thing. It's tied up 7-7. But you guys, man, for now, I'm out of here. You guys, man. It's Thursday, right? I'll see you guys tomorrow night, Friday night, for SmackDown Watch Along. Before I'm trying to have a whole lot of content put out in the next week, man. And I definitely go down to the Fan Fest, which more than likely I really want to enjoy time and chat with people and hang out, man. Talk wrestling and just have some fun. I can probably shoot a couple of interviews, man, and just talk wrestling with some people. So I think that'd be phenomenal. Really phenomenal, though. But you guys, what else is phenomenal, man, is you guys tuning in to the 11:30 podcast. My man had a Bray Wyatt mask on. One of the fans at the Bucks game just had one of the Fiend mask on, though. Sort of the bottom half, in a way. But, yeah, all right. Enough of that, you guys, man. Yo, this been dope, you guys. I see you guys on the next episode, man, of Talk Pro Wrestling. We got the podcast show coming back real soon, so stay locked and stay tuned in, man. Yo, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Stay safe, stay blessed. Give all the glory to God, man. Won't he do it? Yo, until next time. Peace out, man. For real. Go to bed, man.